Hello students, welcome to history and civics class. In previous video already we have learned up to question number 3. Then in this video we have to know about parliamentary procedure. Point number 4. What is parliamentary procedure? In parliamentary procedure, what is called for the proper transaction of the business of the house, a number of rules and formalities have to be observed. And these rules and formalities have come to be known as parliamentary procedures. So which procedures in parliament we can see as a rule, these are called parliamentary procedures. Okay? Then next one, that is sessions. The next question number 5. Sessions of the parliament and the maximum gap between the two sessions. The session means what? A period during which the house meet to conduct its business. The sessions of each house of the parliament are summoned by the president. Who summoned? President. And this is subject to the condition that 6 months shall not intervene between the two sessions. So what is the maximum gap? 6 months. Okay. In the other words, parliament should hold at least 2 sessions in a year. So in a year, parliament can be parliament can be held 2 sessions. Normally 3 sessions. In a year, what are the sessions? Budget session, monsoon session, and winter session. Budget session from February to May, monsoon session July to September, and winter session November to December. Okay. Then next one, President's address. President addresses the joint sitting of the two houses at the commencement of the first session after each general election. The President shall also address both houses of the parliament. That means both houses of the parliament at the commencement of the first session of each year. What is that? That is budget session. So from the budget session, parliament start its session. And President's address is a policy statement of the government. So the address sets out the task that government wishes to undertake and the subjects on which it proposes to make laws. This is President's address. Okay. Then question hour. What is question hour and interpellation? We know that the first hour of the sitting in both houses is allotted for asking and answering of question. We already know that. And therefore, it is called the question hour. And the purpose of the question is to obtain information on a matter of public importance. A question must not ordinarily exceed 150 words. If you are the parliament member, you cannot ask ordinarily exceed 150 words. a member has to give 10 clear days notice of a question. If you want to ask any question, you have to give 10 clear days notice. And there are three types of questions: started questions, unstarted questions, and short notice question. Started questions means those to which a member wishes to have an oral answer on the floor of the house. Such questions are distinguished by an asterisk. Supplementary questions may be asked after replies to such questions are given by the minister. This type of question. And what are unstarted questions? These questions do not carry an asterisk mark. Answers to them are given in a written form. No supplementary question can be asked thereon. So, supplementary question may be asked in starter question, but unstarted question, there you cannot ask any supplementary question. Then short notice question, that means it is related to a matter of urgent importance. Such a question may be asked with notice shorter than 10 clear days. So 10 clear days it can be asked. Which question? Short notice question. Okay. Then the 0 hour. What is the 0 hour? 0 hour time which begins 12 o'clock. Soon after the question hour is known as 0 hour. The time which begins at 12 o'clock, soon after the question hour is known as 0 hour. Usually at 1 o'clock, the members go out to the lunch. At 1 o'clock. The 0 hour, therefore, would not extend for more than 1 hour. During 0 hour, members raise all types of questions. Sometimes they raise matters simply to gain publicity or just to embarrass the government. Most often, it leads to unruly scenes of the house. Then we know about various types of motion. There are three types of motion: adjournment motion, no confidence motion. There are two types of motion: adjournment motion and no confidence motion. Just learn these two: adjournment motion and no confidence motion. And in adjournment motion, the principles that guide the speaker, what principles are there that guide the speaker? What are they? They are given 3 points. You have to learn 3 points, and some of the subject on which adjournment motions were admitted. There are also 3 points. Any 2 points you have to learn. And no confidence motion, in here, if the motion is passed, it implies loss of confidence in a government, and the Prime Minister is obliged to submit his resignation. Clear? Up to here? Then adjournment of propagation of the houses. Adjournment suspense of the sitting. Propagation of the houses. Which propagation we can see? The house is adjourned when the day's business is over for 1 to quorum, and when the presiding official finds that no business can be transacted because the house has become unruly. And process of legislation, a bill is the draft of a legislation proposal which, when passed by both houses of parliament and assented to by the president, becomes an act. So, difference between a bill or an act, as a type sorted 2 marks question you can get. A bill is what? The draft of a legislative proposal which, when passed by both houses of the parliament and assented to by the president, becomes an act. And bills may either be money bill or ordinary bill. Procedure relating to ordinary bill. Two houses have been placed on equal footing. Ordinary bill may originate in either house of parliament, but if the bill passed by the one house is amended by the other house, on that time it goes back to the house and where it is originated. Clear? Then procedure in respect of money bill. Supremacy of the Lok Sabha in financial matter. What is that? Supremacy, a money bill deals with the imposition, abolition or alternation of any tax. A money bill, after it has been passed by the Lok Sabha, is transmitted to the Rajya Sabha for its recommendation. Okay, so for recommendation it is sent to Rajya Sabha, and Rajya Sabha must, with in this period already that I discussed, that is 14 days. Amendment of the Constitution. In Constitution amendment, there are given some rules, articles are there, articles which would be open to amendment by single majority, articles which can be amended by 2/3 majority, and articles which require 2/3 majority of parliament plus ratification by the state. President's assent, only this only amendment of the constitution, only learn this 3 point, don't need to learn explanation. Then president's assent to the constitution amendment bill. The president is the bound to give assent to the constitution amendment bill. As a type question, you can get question from here. And does parliament have unlimited power to amend the constitution? This is also important question. In the famous case of Keshavananda Bharati, state of Kerala, the Supreme Court held the parliament could change any provision of the constitution, provided that the amendment didn't damage the basic structure of the constitution. And Chief Justice S.M. Sikri mentioned these, the basic features of constitution. What are that? Republican and democratic form of the government, secular character of the constitution, and federal character of the constitution. Okay, today's class up to here, and our first chapter Union Parliament fully completed. In next class we have to discuss about the question answer of this chapter. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.